Hi, my name is Allie Mound. I am a nursing student at Hannibal-LaGrange University and I am enrolled in a speech class. Today I'm going to be talking to you about three important elements of the Irish culture, including food, traditions, and landmarks. The Anglo-Normans arrived in Ireland in 1169, which highly affected the diet and the farming lifestyle. They brought wheat, peas, and beans, which quickly became the back burner staple when potatoes were introduced in the late 1500s. It was decided at that time that potatoes would become a dish that was here to stay. Unfortunately, the potato blight had swept the country and led to the Irish potato famine in the 1940s, which destroyed a third of Ireland's potato crop and ended with a couple million natives leaving Ireland. Today, a large amount of the Irish society reside in other countries and not in their own. Ireland is known for its quality and freshness of the ingredients in their recipes, and most cooking doesn't even involve herbs or spices or gravies and sauces. Thick, hearty soups are a part of their everyday meals, and they also enjoy various seafoods or fish, which is easily accessible because the island is surrounded by water. A typical meal does consist of potatoes, cabbage, and meat. The Irish stew has been recognized as the national dish for at least 2 centuries. So a poem was created from the early 1800s, which praised the Irish stew for satisfying hunger of anyone who ate it. It goes, "Then hurrah for an Irish stew that will stick to your belly like glue." Fresh soda bread and corned beef and cabbage are both national dishes as well that we've all heard of in the States, right? If you don't know, soda bread consists of crusty brown bread made from whole wheat flour, buttermilk, baking soda, raisins, and caraway seeds. Their beverage of choice is tea, which is commonly referred to as Irish whiskey. They also like to mix whiskey and whipped cream with their coffee, known around the world as Irish coffee. They do have a few mealtime customs, and at breakfast time, they do have a quite large breakfast consisting of soda bread, pancakes, porridge, eggs, various meats, scones, and black pudding. I'm not really sure what black pudding is, but dinner, which is their lunchtime, is a dish that's called the Dublin Caddle. That is bacon, sausage, potato, and onion soup, with soda bread, of course. Supper means a late night snack, which is a slice of bread and butter and a glass of milk. Some important landmarks that are a must-see are the Dublin St. Patrick Cathedral. This church does see more than 300,000 visitors a year. Another must-see is the Blarney Castle and the Blarney Stone. Have you ever kissed the Blarney Stone? I know it's on my bucket list to give me some good luck. Kissing the Blarney Stone is not as easy as you may think. The stone is on an overhang of the Blarney Castle, and you lean back and stretch out to kiss it. A couple neat facts. Some say this stone was Jacob's pillow, brought to Ireland by the prophet Jeremiah, and a few claim that it was the stone that gushed water when struck by Moses. The castle was originally a timber lodge built in the 10th century, but was replaced by the stone castle in 2010. You must see at least one of these castles. Another favorite is the Bunratty Castle. It's the most complete and authentic medieval fortress in Ireland, built in 1425 and restored in 1954. It does contain 15th and 16th century furnishings, tapestries, works of beautiful art. Also, Belfast Castle is another one. It does sit more than 400 feet above sea level on Cave Hill and offers visitors an exciting view of the whole entire city of Belfast. The Cliffs of Moher are another top Irish landmark destinations. Travelers brave the cold and the fog for all the sake of seeing those famous cliffs overlooking the wild Atlantic Ocean. The highest point of the cliffs being over 700 feet high. Some of the traditions are Lent. Catholicism is widespread all throughout Ireland. They do complete Lent for 40 days, where Catholics choose certain foods they wish to not eat. Ash Wednesday does mark the beginning of this time. They go to church to have their brow symbolically marked with the cross of ashes. Traditionally, ashes come from the burning of the palms of the previous Palm Sunday. This does commence Lenten season. Lent began as a time of austere fasting, and the frying pan was cleaned and put away. Also created to be spent in isolation, more or less. No socializing, no merrymaking, no dancing, no music. They burnt their cards, they put away their musical instruments, which is crazy, right? But the middle of the 1900s, the Lenten fast had become much more laxed. So a fun fact, many Irish names start with Mac or O, which means respectively son of and grandson of in Gaelic, which pertains to the Celtic language of Scotland. St. Patrick's Day is their main tradition. Festivals and parades in cities across the island of Ireland are held in remembrance of St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. Patrick was credited with the banishing of snakes from the island, and he also taught the Irish the concept of the Trinity by showing people the shamrock, a three-leaf clover. This represented the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The three leaves of a shamrock are also said to stand for faith, hope, and love. The fourth leaf is where we get our luck. The four-leaf clover, or lucky clover, is an uncommon type of the three-leaf clover, and it is widely considered a symbol of good luck. The leprechaun has been associated with Irish folklore for many centuries. Tales do say that he was a mischievous fairy-type creature in emerald green clothing, and when he was not playing tricks on people, he spent time busily making shoes. It is said that a leprechaun keeps a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but I don't know about you, but I've never found one. Pubs, they do pervade Irish society. They are very popular in Ireland. They are concerned with more than just drinking, though. They are places to gather with friends, work meetings, things like that. Pretty relaxed atmosphere, warmness, with memorabilia just filling the walls. Ireland was the first country in the world to implement a smoking ban in pubs and restaurants, believe it or not. Halloween is another important tradition, and it's much celebrated in Ireland on the night of the 31st of October. The name Halloween is first attested in the 16th century as a Scottish shortening of the fuller All Hallows Eve. According to some historians, the Gaels believed the border between this world and the other world became thin, and the dead would revisit the mortal world. Fun fact time, Calcannon is a common dish of potatoes and cabbage, traditionally served on Halloween with a ring of Lucky Charms hidden in the center. Another famous story is the story of Count Dracula, written in 1897 by Bram Stoker from Dublin. His real-life inspiration for his character was a friend of his, the actor Sir Henry Irving. Count Dracula was considered a culmination of 20 years of vampire stories and Victorian literature. He was said to have been inspired by the early legend of Uphardick, an evil chieftain who, after being betrayed by his subjects and his hero Catherine, he rose from his grave every night to drink the blood from his subjects. So now that you know a little bit more about the Irish culture, I hope you learned a thing or two about their food customs, landmarks that are a must-see, and their history-packed traditions. Maybe one day you will have the chance to experience some of these for yourself. Thank you so much for your time.